Yo, Rafa from Animepill here, back with another dose of Annie review for you. So today, we're going to be ranking the strongest Fire Force characters in the series. There are spoilers ahead for those who haven't watched it yet. It's pretty hard to gauge who the strongest character in Fire Force is, especially if you factor out scientific facts that back their powers, as well as combat experience, intelligence, and how they're written, aka plot armor. So for this video, we're going to just rank the power according to their abilities and what's shown in the anime. And of course, how deadly their powers are. Okay, so first in our list is the captain of the Fire Force Company 8, Captain Obi. Just so you know fellas, this man is an unpowered, but he's so overpowered that he can go toe-to-toe with Infernals and 2nd Gen and 3rd Gen alike. As expected of Captain Obi, he's incredibly powerful for someone who's unpowered or someone who has no abilities. Every day he has to carry 30 kilos of equipment, which is pretty heavy already, but he also has to be agile enough to put Infernals to rest. His fights against Captain Shinmon, Lisa and Giovanni are testament to his strength. He even ripped a train track from the ground. Like, what the hell man? Those things are as heavy as 5 adult American males. He was even mocked by a white-clad soldier, which he knocked out cold in one punch. See, this is why you shouldn't skip both leg and arm day. Next up is the man, the Night King, the idiot, Arthur Boyle. Arthur is a 3rd generation and his powers are basically Illusion 100 and one-handed. His power is emitting a plasma cutter, basically a lightsaber. What makes Arthur strong is his knight-like delusion. The more he's detached from reality, the stronger he becomes. He's also very perceptive. I think he's a very underrated character. When he fought Shinra during the 2nd season, he's the only one capable of beating him both physically and mentally. For such an idiot of a character, Arthur's prowess in any fight is incredible. He even managed to react to Sho's severed universe. Remember, even Shinra can't react to it. He only managed to do so after receiving the Adala Grace. Only Arthur managed to make some sense that he's about to be attacked, but he wasn't able to dodge it.
You're getting 3 chances. The first 3 times you assail me, I'll let you go. So come to your senses before... Hey, are you even listening to me? You only get 4 chances!
MAKI is a 2nd generation pyrokinetic. Her powers are basically just controlling the flames and transforming them into flare and sputter, or even larger flames. She's an excellent melee combatant. MAKI can engage in both long range and short range, especially when using her new weapon kit, the Tekkyo, which utilizes both flare and sputter. Her excellent 2nd generation ability allows her to put pressure against her enemies by turning their own flames against them, all while engaging them in close quarter combat. She's both beautiful and incredibly dangerous. The man, the myth, the legend. That man that clapped Shinra so hard he started to think of other corny moves to defeat him. CHARON is a brawny looking guy who's also a 2nd generation, like Maki and Hinawa. This guy is the definition of bounce back damage. What he does is he converts the energy he receives from attacks and redirects the same power back to the attacker. What makes him scary is that whatever attack you do to him will have almost no effect, and he'll use that attack against whoever he wants. KUSAKABE is Shinra's younger brother. He was thought to be dead, but reunited with his brother soon after. Sho's ability, Severed Universe, is one of the most overpowered abilities in existence. When paired with Adala Grace, he can basically toy with time and stop it at whatever fraction of a speed he wants. Yeah, I know, it doesn't make sense. If he stops time by stealing the heat energy of the universe, then that also means that he's going to die via asphyxiation due to the oxygen being suspended in time, but, you know, this is anime. Of course it's possible. Normally people wouldn't be able to react to this kind of ability, making it seem like he's moving at an extremely fast rate. Although it doesn't seem like he's incredibly strong in melee combat, especially compared to Shinra.
なんとも形容しがたいな。ただただ気持ち悪いとしか。 つの間にアドラバーストを持つ者よ。我々と来てもらおう。
The hero of the series, Shinra Kusakabe is one of the most promising Adolaburst users and is nicknamed the Devil due to his creepy way of smiling. Shinra's power relies a lot on his own speed, using any kind of platform to his advantage as a foothold to launch his attacks. The good thing about Shinra though, is that he's able to properly assess the situation and actually think how he's going to defeat his enemies. Talk no Jutsu is cool, but it's pretty interesting how Shinra doesn't always rely on the power of friendship to plot armor his way to victory. Shinra's powers rely heavily on how fast he's able to get to his opponent, and the number of ways he can fight depends on how well he's able to utilize his third generation powers. Under the grace of the Adola, Shinra can go beyond light speed to overpower his enemies and pummel them with the kinetic energy from his attacks. Both the Kusakabe brothers' powers are deadly because of the Adola grace. Without this cheat code, they would be a lot lower on this list, especially Sho. One of Shinra's classmates in the academy, OGUN first appeared in the show in Season 2. Like Shinra and Arthur, OGUN is a third-generation pyrokinetic and a superb fighter in his own right. When fighting enemies, he'll normally use Yoruba Spear to power up his skateboard and take flight, while summoning fire spears and swords, his Yoruba Forge, as fire projectiles. Kinda like Gilgamesh in the Fate series. When he gets all fired up, he covers himself in inks made of fire, and he can temporarily buff himself up that rival Leonard Burns' powers. His flaming ink allows him to maximize his full potential in both melee and pyrokinetic combat, at the cost and risk of being overheated. The captain of the first company, Leonard Burns boasts a powerful stature and frame which make him a bit intimidating to say the least. Burns is a third generation, like Shinra, Arthur and Ogun. His powers revolve around covering himself in tremendous heat energy, surpassing both Shinra and Arthur's firepower in the process. What's interesting about his powers is that by doing so, he's become the flame itself. Most send multiple shockwaves by tapping into his heat energy that he utilizes to create a burst of energy discharge similar to an explosion. Minus the explosion, but more shockwave. Benimaru Shinmon, dubbed the mightiest fire soldier. He's a hybrid of both second and third generations. His powers are unrivaled in the entire Special Fire Force, and he's pretty much the best overall fighter in the Tokyo Empire. His powers alone could put an Infernal to rest without overheating. Compared to the combined effort of the entire Fire Force companies in the second season to put out a Demon Infernal, Shinmon's powers are in a different league. He can 1v1 a Demon Infernal and unleash a mighty power move to eliminate it in an instant. The tremendous firepower he has is pretty interesting, since he can utilize both second and third generation abilities with ease, while also providing that he's lethal in hand-to-hand combat, being able to shake off multiple attackers all at once while countering with his own Iai powers, which is a combination of Iai or sword drawing techniques and karate. Nataku-son is a third-generation pyrokinetic and the awakened sixth pillar due to Rekka's experimentation with bugs. His powers are completely overpowered compared to everyone in the series. The reason why I put him in first place is because his raw power alone is deadly. First off, his powers are completely dangerous to anyone. The more pressured he becomes, the deadlier his power becomes. Second, he has yet to receive an Adola Grace, but the amount of firepower he's put in once he's merged with the Titan Infernal body has multiplied to the extreme, allowing him to generate fire beams that are both explosive and toxic to the human body because of its radioactive energy. And lastly, his final beam has put a mark to the moon. It was thanks to Charon's efforts that he was able to repel Nataku's beam that could annihilate the entire Tokyo Empire in an instant.
ナタク君落ち着いて話を聞いてくれ。やめろ、僕の中を覗くな。だからやってやるんだ。僕ならできるんだ。おいおいマジかよ。とんでもねえエネルギーだ。
It's really tricky to rank each character in a way that's less biased to the way they're, well, characterized and written. The fact of the dollar burst is just something otherworldly that you can't simply say that a person is overpowered just because that person has an dollar burst. So yeah, to conclude, these are the top 10 strongest characters in the series based on what's shown in the anime. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and tick the notification bell icon to stay updated with our future uploads.